For me, it was like a vital drug that I had to take. I mean, it was just, there was no choice. I was born in 1940 in Athens, Greece. My mother was German, and she married my father, who was Greek. Within a year of their marriage, they divorced. My mother returned to Germany briefly to find that her whole family had been killed by the Nazis. She spent many years in prisons, and later in her life she returned to Greece only to be taken by the communists because she was German. My father remarried. My stepmother was American. She gave birth to her first daughter, who was born with leukemia. And she could not bear the responsibility of raising me as well. So she went to my grandmother and told her that she just couldn't do this anymore, that somebody had to help me out. My step-uncle is the one that decided to take me to Switzerland and put me in a boarding school. I arrived in Switzerland at the age of 8 years old, did not speak a word of the language, which was French, and obviously was totally confused about why my family had deserted me. I was at the school all year round for 9 years. Without hearing from the family, with nothing. So, believe me, you learn to stand on your own 2 feet. But soon I learned the language fairly rapidly, made friends, and really started getting involved with a lot of sports activities. I was never good in school. In fact, I hated going to school. This went on until the age of 12, when one day my math teacher took me to the side and he said, "Steve, what are you going to do in your life? I mean, you love to ski, you play ice hockey. Are you going to be a professional in sports? What are you going to do? You have nobody behind you to support you." I realized that if I continued to do what I was doing, I would never graduate from high school, let alone have any kind of life whatsoever. So I buckled down, studied very hard for several years. As it turned out, I was the first student to graduate from the school in Switzerland to the French lycée system. And I did it earlier than the norm, by the age of 16. At the age of 17, I boarded a flight and came to America, landed in New York with $200 in my pocket. Going to take a Greyhound bus from New York to Los Angeles, and I kept looking out the window at all the different parts of America, saying to myself, what's going to happen to me? I mean, it was scary, really scary. My college situation was that I had 2 years of tuition paid for, but nothing else. So I had to be able to work to put myself in college. I spent 2 weeks in the park until school started, and then I really buckled down in my studies. Well, here I am today, retired, but I've had a good life. I've run 7 companies as a result of the great education that I had. I have to honestly say that without buckling down and studying hard and getting a good education, I would be nowhere today. I view education sort of as getting a ticket to get on an airplane and go into a destination. Well, that ticket is your education, whether it's a degree at college or a degree from vocational schools or any other facility. This is your ticket to your life.